I wouldn't try escaping if I were you. Besides, why would you want to miss the show? I'm giving you a front row seat to all the action, Blissy.
Let me go! Dang it, CarToonZ! Stop it! Stop it, please! Stop it now!
CarToonZ!
Sit back and don't think about interfering. One wrong move and I'll delete you first.
She does not need to be here for this. This is between you and me. Why are you doing all this?
Survival of the fittest, Toonie, a subject we know all too well. Break the weak so the strong can survive. It's about being taken seriously. It's about making a statement. That is what control and power should feel like to you. I mean, you know it so well.
I'm not falling for the mind games this time.
I will win, ToonKritic will cease to exist, and CarToonZ will reign supreme. Get it through your head, Toonie.
That's not how this story is going to end. And because this is no longer about being the best, there can only be one of us, CarToonZ, and it all ends here. So, let's begin.
I'm just doing what comes naturally. How bad can I be? How bad can I possibly? The cult of personality.
Greetings, every people. This is your cult of personality here. ToonKritic's the name, and Toons are the name of my game.
What's good, amigos? CarToonZ here.
Enjoy this while you can. That's the last time we'll be hearing you say that.
I could say the same for you. Anyways, what a controversial episode you've picked here, Toonie. Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well. How fitting you pick your most hated episode to face your final defeat in. I love when symbolism plays out to the perfect end. In fact, you should just give it up now so that perhaps I'll keep you and Bliss around as pets while me and Blight rule our channels. Last chance, Toonie.
If you win. So stop stalling. All I need to do is prove you wrong, and I'll show you what this episode means to me now that 2 years have gone by. So, the biggest problem is very easy to see in this episode. It's the solution to the problem, how all this was resolved. Maybe people didn't see it the way I did. Maybe it made me lose faith in Rainbow Dash for the first time. You see, when a character is presented and it gets hated on, either it's a misunderstood character or this is the role they are meant to play. And what I hate more than anything is seeing one of my favorite characters acting like an idiot. That only gives fans more motivation and more fuel to say, "See, she is a terrible character, objectively, da-na-na-na." It's hard to fight an uphill battle like this.
Well, considering that Rainbow Dash is just a walking hybrid of the awesome and tomboy tropes that basically turned her into this one character other than Pinkie Pie that everyone yells shut up at.
Pot, meat, kettle.
Well, your point is pretty weak, Toonie.
Rainbow Dash's ego has gotten her into a lot of trouble. Recent episodes have shown that with Dash wanting to change the weather for selfish reasons, or with Newbie Dash with Dash's fangirl attitude leading to a messy first day. Mysterious Ne'er-Do-Well was where the big problem first came out to me. It just took a few times for her to show her being a hero to the crowd before everyone got behind her and saw her as the town's hero.
More like flavor of the month, please. You think the town remembers what the main six do? They're fickle, they don't care. You see how quickly they turned when Dash got too big for her britches? It was her own fault, and her own friends, her friends, turned against her and put together this whole elaborate plan just to tell Dash to chill. But all they needed to do was just talk to her. It wouldn't have been so complicated. She wouldn't listen anyway. She was too busy being awesome, like me. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I take one of your points, Toonie?
No, actually, you brought up something I hadn't thought about before. I've seen this trope before, the whole letting fame get to your head thing. You're right, Dash was caught up in the moment, but I think there's nothing wrong with taking in the fame in moderation. This episode made me question if being famous is even worth it. Should you even embrace it when you get the chance in the spotlight? Everyone wants to feel like they're important and be appreciated. That is practically a human need. But the one thing that should have happened for Dash is that she learned to be modest.
Toon, again, conflict is needed in order for there to even be an episode, and even so, what good would it have done? At the end of the day, her gimmick is her ego. She's supposed to be like this. It almost makes her, dare I say it, one-trick pony, just like Fluttershy, just like Pinkie Pie, just like Shining Armor, just like you.
CarToonZ, do you know what a hero is supposed to do? Being a hero isn't about the fame, it's not about the spectacle, it's about how they inspire. Tell me, CarToonZ, what do you inspire? Bad fashion sense, narcissism, saying things in such a snarky, edgy way that automatically makes you right, that you always act like you've discovered what the real opinion is? You don't inspire people, you make them want to hate you. But then again, that's been your whole plan. I don't hate you, CarToonZ. At best, I pity you. Back to my point, you can see right in the beginning of this episode that Rainbow Dash inspired one pony, Scootaloo. Yeah, but it's just one pony, who cares about Scootaloo? She started a stupid little fan club, it's not worth seeing, right? Ooh, did I take one of your points now? This is one of the positive aftermaths I didn't see when I first looked at this episode. It's what happens later, the long-term effect. The story of how Scootaloo idolizes Dash, who in turn takes the young Crusader under her wing and considers her like family now. That's something you wouldn't have expected Dash to do. We see this with Tank too, but this is actually for the best.
Taking a few pages out of my book, I see. Or is it our book? You know, it's so funny though, we are so alike, people won't even be able to tell the difference when I win here. For the record, Toonie, I can inspire. You're just not seeing the bigger picture about being a hero, just not the hero you want to be.
Oh please, Bray Wyatt, do enlighten me.
Don't give me any of this modesty bullshit. I have told you from day one that you should embrace who you are. There is nothing better than feeling on top of the damn world. You can take in all the fame, the glory, the spectacle, all of that gives you nothing but the best high. It's validation, it's showing that you matter. And then it doesn't matter what you do next. You have people ready to see what you do next. And as an entertainer, you know this. You need this to feel good. You thrive on it all. Dash is egocentric. Can you not blame her for wanting to soak it all in? Imagine if her friend's plan had gone south and Dash had been humiliated. Probably would have hit far closer to home, no? Do you want to know the truth, though? I know you've always wanted to be famous. That's why you joined this little community, right? Because you were frustrated with where you were, right? That's why you left your buddies in the dust to pursue, as you put it, bigger and better things. And that's when the fame went to your head. Oh.
What?
Oh my god. Toon, it's not even Christmas and you've delivered the perfect finish. You joined the Brony community only 5 months after the mock trial. All of this lines up. Mysterious Mare-Dwell is your most hated episode.
Because it reminds me of what happened and how everything fell apart.
Exactly, and all of this makes so much sense now. You wanted this to be symbolic for you, didn't you? To you, this is still the worst episode of the series for a stupid personal reason. You're no better than Golden Fox, a weak, narrow-minded fool who can't get over his past and is letting it dictate his view of the world so that if he doesn't like something, it just adds a biased opinion. My oh my, Rainbow Dash deserved to get an ego check like that, and so do you. A very, very fitting reality check that she will never be the best, she will never be the most awesome thing in the world, the fact that she will just be an average B+ player, just like
you.
What? What the hell are you laughing at? Do you want to run that by me again?
It's you. You don't realize this? Huh, I guess I'm one step ahead of you for once. In this episode, Rainbow Dash is you. It's always been you. Rainbow Dash has always had an ego in her, but in this situation with it going to her head and dictating her view on what it means to be a hero, all of that warped her mindset and made her entitled. And that's what you are. You let the fame get to your head and now all of a sudden expect everyone to just bow down, and while some are going to, here's the hard truth that I'm going to make you swallow. There will always be people better than you. And that's okay. You're proclaiming yourself the best in the world at what you do. Every time you show up, you're showing off every chance you get. And do you know why? Because if you really are like me, then we share the same insecurities.
You're joking. Is this your attempt at psychology, buddy boy?
Yes, it is. I didn't realize this before, but watching this episode now, I can't help but notice some things I didn't realize before. Maybe this is where I drew similarities and decided to move away from her as a character because I felt she was a little too similar to me, or rather to you. In moderation, you can take in a bit of fame or attention. You can't avoid it forever and be 100% modest, that's not realistic. There's always some degree that's acceptable. But confidence and cockiness are one thing. It all leads to arrogance and an inferiority complex. So you remind everyone on a daily basis, every day, who you are so they never forget. And that's what you do. Do you want to know what I really think about this episode, Cartoons? I don't think it's the worst.
What? But you hate this episode. You hated everything it stood for and how it ruined one of your favorite characters. You despised this episode because of how it reminded you of how your friends betrayed you and put a plan together to give you a reality check like Dash did in this episode. What the hell convinced you?
You. Everything leading up to this moment right here, you are why. And that's why I chose this episode, to prove a point. And I don't think this episode is the worst. What I saw as the biggest flaw brought to the spotlight was actually what needed to happen. Sometimes we need to fall and realize where we are. You ever hear the phrase, flying too close to the sun? I think it's a good thing that some people get a check to see if they're going too far, because if you do let fame go to your head, it's all you think about. And of course it stings. It always stings to get knocked down on your ass, and sometimes it's the only way to stop things from getting out of control. Because what would have happened was that Dash could have lost it all after everyone just turned against her because she was getting too hyped up. And getting hyped is one thing. Buying into your own when everyone is going to turn against you is only going to lead to a self-destructive end, which is exactly what is going to happen to you, Cartoons, and to us. You got your ass handed to you by DeWilstonator, by Horror Score, by Thunderblight. What makes you think your whole plan is going to work? You don't get respect by pulling stunts like these. You have to earn it. And you sure as hell don't earn it by marching around with a chip on your shoulder and a neon board on you that says, "Love to hate me, I'm so edgy and cool and I'm so much better than ToonKritic." Well, neither of us are the best. We are no better or worse than anyone else here. There is no way in hell this stupid plan of yours is going to work because I'm calling your bluff. You don't even have a plan. Say you take over, then what? How long before all this just goes back to normal? Someone stronger and better will come along and beat you.
Enough! Enough. You made your point. You win.
This is where it all ends, Cartoons. No more tricks, no more games, no more delusions of grandeur, no more lies, and no one will ever get hurt by you again. That's why I set all this up. The amulet, the invasions, the infection, you thought you were playing out your plan, but really, you were playing out mine.
Wait, what?
You keep saying over and over, we are one, so who do you really think has been in control here? Me. I knew when I lost I needed to come up with some plan to stop you, and, well, I had a bit of help.
What are you? You!
Uh-oh.
You, it's always been about you, you stupid little pest!
You aren't going to do anything. Bliss, the book, get it ready.
What are you?
Right!
That's the book that Aeon gave me.
Ah, now look who's up to speed.
Oh, you're mistaken to me. You really think I didn't know about that stupid book? It's gonna take more than a book about birds to stop me. I am not going to lose like this. I don't care that you won. I'm breaking the rules and I'm going to delete both of you.
No, that's where you're wrong. Bliss, get ready.
But Toon,
Do you trust me?
yes. Yes, I do. Hey!
All stories have ends, this much is true, but not all stories truly end. For when there is fire, when life is truly desired, life can begin again. Cast forth the flames of life. Bring back what was once true. Let the fire embrace and wipe out the hate and finally begin anew. Now!
No! The ambulance! You have no idea what you've done. What? Liz!
I have no choice. If I can't stop you and you'll do nothing but stop me for the rest of our lives, then this is the only way.
No, please, not this again. Don't lock me away, you idiot. If you do this, you'll never be the same again. Do you hear me? Never again!
I'm sorry.
Toonie! You did it!
Yeah. It's over. It's finally
Toon? 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 You okay? Come on, quit joking around. Toon? Toon? Toon?